Hello again, welcome back to episode 3, the long-awaited return of So Totally Interesting, dude. Hey, I already start by having to move my mic across my desk. I'm phenomenal at what I do. But how you guys been? You been good? Been doing well? Because I was gonna say I've been good, but have I? You know, when I say something like that, I gotta sit back and think, have I been doing good? And sometimes I don't know if I can answer yes to that question. Um, but like, what's up? How we been? All my fun little listeners of this podcast. I'm calling it a podcast now. I've given up on trying to have it undefined. I've caved in. It's a podcast, and I'm fine with that. I have no quarrels with it being a podcast. If you do, then just don't listen. Simple as that. But please do listen. Give me the watch time, man. Give me the listen time, you SoundCloud listeners. Don't think I forget about you SoundCloud listeners. I don't even know if it has any plays on SoundCloud. I can find out. I'm sat in front of my computer. Let's see. Google So Totally Interesting, dude. There we go. There's my SoundCloud. Oh, shit. Yo, what the fuck? Episode 2 blew up on SoundCloud. It has 91 plays. Episode 1 with 12 plays. Episode 2, 91 plays. Holy shit. I got a follower as well. That's apparently not. I'm not signed in to the account, but holy shit, dude. 91 plays on episode 2. I didn't even realise, man. Because I hadn't checked it for ages, but my god, holy shit. That's incredible. That's awesome, dude. That's so cool. Wow, you just got my genuine reaction to that. That's so neat, though. Awesome. Anyway, how have you been, man? I've been doing good. Been doing good. Have I? We just went over this. I was just been. If you're not, if you're one of the SoundCloud listeners, hey to all my SoundCloud listeners, how's it going? Very good that you're listening on SoundCloud. I love that. But yeah, no, if you don't follow my YouTube, then you will have missed the fact that I disappeared for a long time, and then I have come back as of 7 months ago. I made my return. 7 months of recording this, not 7 months of this going out, because I don't know when this is going to go out. But I've been going at it on YouTube. I'm playing Minecraft, Life is Strange, Fall Guys, FIFA, Smite, Call of Duty Zombies. I've been doing a lot over there. So if you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, definitely do. If you're one of my YouTube viewers, go follow me on SoundCloud. It's literally the exact same podcast, but on a different platform that you can listen to in the background while you're on your phone. You're on your phone, you're like, damn, I want to listen to this podcast. However, YouTube doesn't allow me to do that. That is inconvenient. SoundCloud's got your back. You can open it up in your browser, click play, close down the browser on your phone, and it's still going. Wonderful. If you listen on a computer where you can have as many tabs open as you want, listen on both simultaneously. Like, sync up the audio so you're listening to it both on SoundCloud and on YouTube at the exact same time, so it's perfectly in sync, just so I can get more engagement. Share it with your friends. Send your friends a link and be like, yo, check out this amazing podcast by this guy that talks just wonderful things. Since my last podcast, my interests have changed. Because I'm looking at this, I have a Google Doc of all my podcast ideas. So like I got like stuff from before, which is like different stuff that I sort of involve myself in now. I've got like a list here. Everything I've talked about I've crossed out. So like in previous ones, I have like the music I was listening to. I have like talking about the Smite Pro scene, which I just don't care about anymore. Talking about like Apex Legends, which I literally could not care less about that game. Talking about albums that I haven't listened to in like 2 years now. It's mad. Anyway, now one of the things that's been just a whole bunch of what my life. Follow me on Twitter, by the way, and you'll know everything that I'm interested in. It's like a shitter version of this, my Twitter. It's like this, but just a lot less coherent. Just me just saying random shit, often live tweeting sport. I'll level with you. But anyway, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I've been really into the F1 recently. Loving the F1, having a great time watching it. You know, the Sakhir, is that how it's pronounced? Sakhir? Well, the second Bahrain circuit that they've drove, I don't know how to pronounce it. The one as of, oh god, what date was it? The race that was driven as of the 6th of December, 2020. That was a mad one, right? You know, you've got the heartbreak for George Russell. You do not understand my pain. I'm a big George Russell fan. He's one of my favourite drivers. And there he was, P1 as a temporary for Mercedes. I was watching him in P1 for so long. I'm like, this is amazing. This is brilliant. I love this. Then there was the confusion with the tyre change. I'm like, okay, this isn't good. But he was making his way back up. And I was like, he could do this. George could do this. George Russell could get a P1. He could not just get a podium. He could get pole. He can catch up with Checo. And then the puncture happened, and I almost cried, I'll be honest with you. I was like, George, no. From almost having the glory of a podium, from being in second place, catching up with Checo every lap, to then having to fall down into 15th and fight his way back up to 9th. My heart broke for George at that day. I wanted to cry, and cry a lot, and I'm sure George did as well. But you know, not all bad. Checo won a race. We love to see it. Big up my man's Checo. Why have Red Bull not signed him yet? Come on. Red Bull, what are you doing and not giving Checo that second seat of yours? You know, if you want to keep Albon on, send him down to AlphaTauri. It does mean Kvyat has to go, and everyone loves Daniel Kvyat, or Daniel Fiat if you like the memes. But listen, Checo is such a good driver. I don't know why Red Bull haven't signed him. It's stupid of them. If they don't sign Checo, Red Bull, they have seriously missed out on something special. Checo is a phenomenal driver. It's just a fact. Checo is a fantastic driver. He proved it at the Sakhir Grand Prix. He'll probably prove himself again at Abu Dhabi. Bahrain, he was pretty... I was going to say Bahrain was pretty solid, but Bahrain was where he went out, wasn't it? It was... I was thinking of Turkey, where he came second. Yeah, I've got the, results up on my screen. No, it was Turkey that he got second. Had to end his race early in Bahrain. Podium in Sakhir. Red Bull, you're missing out if you don't sign this lad, you know? Because no one else has a seat available, I don't think. Is there any other seats still available? Obviously, there's that second Mercedes seat, but that just is going to Hamilton. We all know it is. Hamilton's going to sign a new contract. I think other than that, every seat's filled, right? Because we've got Mercedes with their one seat available, the Red Bull seat that should go to Checo. You got McLaren have their seats filled, Renault seats filled, Racing Point that are now becoming Aston Martin have their seats filled, because that's why Checo's going, because he's leaving Racing Point. Alfa Romeo obviously do. Haas, Williams both do. Ferrari have theirs, and who am I missing out? I'm missing out one team here, and I can't think who. God, why can I not think what team I'm missing out? Oh, AlphaTauri, of course. I was just talking about them. Yeah, AlphaTauri don't have that second seat filled, because I know they've signed Gasly on already, but they haven't signed Fiat yet. So, whether they do or don't, I don't know. But, just sign Checo. That's all I'm saying. You know, speaking of current Racing Point drivers, since when has Lance Stroll been this good? I remember when I was getting into F1, all I would hear about Stroll was, oh, he's a daddy's money kind of driver that he only got there because his dad owns Racing Point now. It's like, okay, fair enough. Okay, that makes sense. I understand. And all of a sudden, he's driving really well. It's like, hang on, were you good to start off with and just hiding it away, making everyone think that you were a daddy's money driver, and actually now you're good? Because he's done pretty well as Sir Lancelot. He's been driving decently. He's not been having too many bad finishes. Obviously, there was a finish where he went upside down, which wasn't too cool. In the Bahrain GP, where, you know, Checo had that podium and then his engine was just like, no thank you, and died on him. But, you know, he's been decent. You know, you think like Turkey, where was he? It was ninth, which not great but not bad. Then, alright, he was a bit shit in Emilia Romagna, but Portugal, did he do badly? Oh god, I'm looking back over it now. Portugal, he didn't finish. He was out. Where did he finish in the Eiffel Grand Prix? Did he finish? I literally cannot see that flag. I'm looking at it. Oh, he didn't, because that was when Hulkenberg came in. Big up Hulkenberg. Sorry, I just hit my mic. I got excited. We're talking about Nico Hulkenberg. I get excited. Can you blame me? Everyone gets excited by the prospect of Nico Hulkenberg. What a guy. You know, if anyone else would have had to come in and fill that Mercedes seat that wasn't George Russell, I would have wanted it to be Nico Hulkenberg. Because, God, who doesn't love Hulkenberg, man? You just have to. He's amazing. He's brilliant. He's the best. But, I mean, I can't talk about recent F1 without mentioning the Grosjean crash. And, man, that was an intense crash. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. That one was mad. I mean, first and foremost, I think me and everyone else that was watching that day is just so glad that he escaped that perfectly fine and with minimal harm to him. Like, that, you know, 3 years ago, well, maybe not 3, but like 5 years ago, if they had the same safety features, Grosjean would not be here today. But because of the safety features developed in recent years, he's still here. He may not be racing anymore. He was always planning to retire at the end of the season, but he may not be able to make it back for the final race of the season. But the fact that the only problems is the major damage he took with some burns on his hands is ridiculous. That's the worst that he got when he smacked into a wall at 137 miles an hour and then his car burst into flames. That's quite an intense thing to have happen to you. But hey, he's okay, he's still alive, and that's the main thing. And I think if the Charles Leclerc incident back when he was at Alpha didn't convince people of the halo, then this has to convince people of the halo. Like, twice now we've seen it in F1 save a life. Because, you know, that Alfa Romeo incident with Charles Leclerc, where the McLaren, I believe it was went over his head, and the halo stops the car from hitting him straight in the head. And then now the Grosjean incident, where he goes straight into a wall and the halo stops him from being probably decapitated, honestly. The halo is not a bad thing by any means. Honestly, I know a lot of people say it doesn't look that good. I quite like the look of it, honestly. I think cars like the F1 cars with the halo actually looks quite cool. I don't know if it's just me, but I really like it. Whereas I know a lot of people, they hate it. They think, no, it looks crap. I hate the look of it. But I quite like it. When I look at like cars without it, then I go look at the cars now with it, I quite like the look of the cars with it, honestly. Maybe it's partly due to the body shape as well, because the cars just look very nice. Like, the 2020 season cars are all nice looking cars from every single team. But I quite like it. So, I mean, as if I wasn't already convinced enough and thinking, you know what, I actually do quite like the look of that, having seen what happened and how it's saved Charles Leclerc and Romain Grosjean. No more convincing needed. That's it. I'm 100% for it. You know, as you should be if you watch F1. Yeah, I know some people don't like it. They think, oh, it looks shit, but we've seen what impact it makes. You can watch really detailed breakdowns and analysis of how it saved Grosjean, and you know, even if you don't like the look of it, it's here to stay. Get used to it, and it's going to stay until they can figure out something better to protect the drivers in that area. Which, is there anything better they can do it? Not currently. Will they discover something in the future? I'm sure they will. What else? Been playing a lot of the F1 2020 game recently. That's been fun. I've been doing that. Currently got 69.1 hours played. Nice. Having a lot of fun with that because I bought myself a steering wheel for it and like the pedals, which is great. That being said, the steering wheel I have is quite a cheap one and I want to get a more expensive one. I was looking at the Logitech G29 and I was like, yeah, I'll get that one. And then Amazon's Black Friday deal came along. It was like half price. I was like, I'll keep that in mind for the week. And then when I went back like the next day, I was thinking, I'll look again. Maybe I'll convince myself today. And it's like, yeah, we don't have this in stock anymore. Like, yeah, acted too slow. Damn it. I don't think I actually got anything off a Black Friday deal. I know there was a Steam sale at a similar time, like end of November Steam sale, which I bought a few games from. What games did I buy? I bought Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which I'm yet to play. I bought Borderlands 3 that I've been playing a bit recently. Love a bit of Borderlands. I was a massive fan of Borderlands 2. Really like Borderlands 3 from what I've played so far. I have only played like 5 hours. MK11, which I'm looking forward to playing, but the install size is huge. I actually have it downloading as I'm recording this podcast because I'm not doing anything that's going to take up too much internet. So, you know, multitasking. And Dishonored 2, because I recently finished the first Dishonored game, and I saw there was a second one. Well, I knew there was a second one since it came out. I was like, I'll play that. And then I saw it on sale for pretty cheap, I think, honestly. I can't remember exactly how much it cost, but it was not expensive. And so I bought it. I think that was all the games I bought. Was there another one? Can't remember. I don't think there was another one. I bought a couple like indie games as well. So I bought Retro Wave and Outdrive. Outdrive, which I now have 100% achievements on. I know. I did actually have to play and sit there and not die for 90 minutes, and that was intense. Because to 100% it, you have to... It's basically a game where you drive around, you have to keep this little pointer arrow thing within a blue bar, and you have to like hold shift to speed up and let shift go to let it slow down, and you have to keep it within this blue bar for 90 minutes straight, and that sucked. That being said, I found turning off the music and just sticking stuff on in the background really helped. Like I had like YouTube videos going on in the background, and that really helped because I was just like engrossed in what I was listening to in the YouTube videos, and occasionally glancing over to see. But I deliberately chose videos that are more listening than watching, because I was listening to. I had on some like true crime videos because they're just really easy to sit there and listen to while you're just doing other stuff. And so I had that going, and that got me through the 90 minutes, and it was fun. I've been watching a lot like true crime and then like unsolved mysteries content recently. It's good fun. Some conspiracy theory stuff, but like not the outlandish shit, the actual like more realistic shit. Like been watching, I don't know, I'm sorry, I keep hitting my desk. Nick Crowley, I believe his YouTube name is. He does some stuff like that, and he like investigates realistic ones like the US shop Target. We don't have it over here. I don't know if we have a UK equivalent. I don't think so. I don't think there's like a company that does Target over in the US and does another company in the UK like Walmart and Asda. They're like Asda's UK, Walmart's US, except Asda's decent, alright. Walmart seems like just barren wasteland. Like, Walmart, from what I've seen, from like what I hear about it, is basically just like the Mad Max films, whereas Asda's pretty normal. Like, not the best supermarket you can go to. Big up Tesco. My allegiance to Tesco. It's because I go to Tesco the most. But big ups Tesco. Shout out my local Tesco. Brap brap. It's not even the closest one to me. It's just the one I'm passing by the most often. Anyway. Yeah, no. What was I saying? Oh yeah, no, how like he did the Nick Crowley did the, I'm pretty sure that's his name. Let me just double check that. I don't want to be wrong and be just saying the wrong channel name. Not that, you know, I'm going to give him any exposure. Yeah, Nick Crowley. That's who I'm thinking of. Yeah, so he did like this thing where allegedly the Target app would show you better prices the further you were away from the store, and once you get into the store it shows you the actual prices. So you think, oh, that's a pretty cheap price when you're looking at it from home. You go to the actual store, but it's a higher price. It says it's on a sale that it's not on. And he did that and tested that stuff, and I was like, oh, that's quite interesting, because it's like less than a outlandish conspiracy theory. It's just a, this is something that exists. Let's test it. And I mean, he was like, it doesn't exist anymore because there was like a whole big thing about it. But it existed at one point, and that is what you gotta think about. So yeah, I just had that on the background while I was driving this car around the same landscape over and over for 90 minutes, and it was alright. I just think I quite like achievement hunting in games because it's just a bit of fun to just try and get a bunch of achievements. So that one, I was like, okay, so the hardest achievement to get is to just keep the same run going for 90 minutes straight, and I was like, I can definitely do that. That's something I can achieve, and I did it, and it was fun. Because like some games, achievement hunting is the worst, because it's like, you know, those games that have like so many achievements you can't keep up. Like Payday 2 has so many achievements, but I really enjoy playing that, and I just feel like I'm constantly getting achievements. I'm like, oh wow, my percentage must be quite high, and I'm like, oh no, I'm on 4% of achievements completed, because it just has so damn many. I loaded up the Steam page to check how many it has, and the achievements part is not loading, which is phenomenal. Thank you, Steam. I appreciate that. How convenient, man. That Steam's just like, yo, you want to know how many achievements there is in this game? Fuck you. 1,222. There you go. It's just loaded, and I have 5% having 62. So I keep getting achievements. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I must be quite high on this. And then I look and I'm like, oh, I have like none in relative terms. But you know, it with games with high achievements, you just got to keep playing and you work it up. Like Smite has 283 and I have 80% of them. But I have played 2,264.6 hours of Smite, which is quite a long time. And I don't regret it. I have no regrets for the amount of time I've spent playing Smite. Having a great time with it. Also, Master Chief Collection, that Halo the Master Chief Collection, that has a shitload of achievements because it's got all the Halo game achievements. It's got 700 achievements and I have 36, which isn't very many. But I'm working my way through it. I just need to complete all the campaigns. I just can't be bothered. And this is probably gonna be one of the worst received statements I'll ever say. I'm not that into the Halo campaigns. I was when I first started playing them, but having gone and revisited them again, I realised I just don't care. And every mission feels like it takes forever. I keep hitting my damn desk, man. I need to stop. But like every mission in the Halo campaign is like 15-20 minutes long, and it's like, okay, yeah, there's only 10 missions, but that's still a long ass time, and a lot of them are just annoying. It's just like, stay in this area and kill like 15 waves of enemies that come at you, and then you can press a button to move on. It's like, could I not have just like killed 3 waves and pressed a button to move on? Did we really need all these extra enemies that I have to kill so I can press this button? I don't mind games fleshing themselves out, but it's just when it sort of feels like, is this really necessary? Like, this just feels like a lot of doing nothing exciting for no real reason. But hey, I in general have fun when I'm playing Halo, so it's kind of boring at times when I'm just there, like, when I'm getting stuck on one part of a mission because I just keep dying, and it's like, here, reset back to 10 minutes before where you were. So I just died stupidly, unluckily, and now I have to reset 10 minutes and have to kill another 16 waves of enemies. Come on, man. I'm bored of this shit. I want to do something different, but it's still quite fun. Like, the parts where it's not just mindlessly killing waves of enemies so you have to push a button, I quite like. That stuff is fun, and that's why I've been playing a lot of Halo. Neck's hurting for some reason. I feel like you should know this, because it's bothering me, and I don't know why. I might have just slept in it awkwardly or something, or stretched it weird. Because I woke up today and I was like, ooh, my back don't feel too good. And I think I just slept on it awkward, and now that's probably the residual of sleeping awkward. So, lockdown's been going well for me. I've had a lot of time to just completely waste. I know I said it earlier, but I've been going at it with the YouTube stuff, man. I've been releasing videos every few days recently. So I mean, I'm gonna go a few days without one here because I'm sort of at a loss of what I'm doing. But like, I mean, I've had a few days where off, but like, I had it from like November 14th. I uploaded. I accidentally published a video early, and it shouldn't. So I have 2 videos that say they were published November 14th, but I think one of them was November 14th, then November 16th, then the 18th, 20th, 23rd, 26th, 28th, and 1st of December all had uploads, which is a mad schedule for me to keep when you think my internet speeds are shit. So like, uploading a video means leaving my PC on overnight, uploading, and hoping that by the morning it's done, and if it's not, leaving it on some more, and hoping that after that it's done. Like, I can genuinely start to upload a video, sleep for 8 hours, get up, go have my breakfast, have a shower, get myself like hair dried and all that, come back to my computer and it's like, yeah, 60%. Christ, alright. Brilliant. But then there's other times where I mean, I'm doing a degree, not that you would know if you looked at my daily lifestyle, because I am doing no work towards it. It is awful. But you know, I'll often just go in to the university, and then with my hard drive with me. This is awful. But there's one computer in that place that can run Steam, and I'll like download Steam games onto my hard drive and upload videos from my hard drive because the internet there is really quick, and I literally just use their internet for that, which I know is terrible and I shouldn't, but I do, and the sooner we all accept it, the sooner we can just move on with our lives. I don't know if the university knows about it. I sure know about it. I think they can look at my search history, so they can be like, why were you on upload video on YouTube? I was like, oh, I just clicked the wrong thing 17 times. Yes, obviously. That being said, today I kept clicking on a link that I didn't want to a bunch of times over because it's one of those web pages where they have the ad embedded in to a video, and you scroll down, it's like down the bottom right corner of your screen. So I was like, oh, just close that. I click the close button, just opens up the ad. So I'm like, alright, whatever, I must have just misclicked. I click it again, opens up the ad, and I do this about 6 times before I'm like, alright, fuck it, I'm going to a different web page. I don't care. Like, whatever I wanted from that web page is not worth enough to deal with this. So just fuck off, man. Just get out of here. If you do that on your web page, suck your mum. Just straight up suck your mum. But yeah, no, that's yeah. I mean, I really am not doing work towards my degree, but it's calm because I don't have a ending to this sentence. I was kind of hoping I would be able to end that sentence while I was saying it. I couldn't. Don't know where I was going with that, but nope, I got nothing. It's just I'm just doing terrible because I just can't be bothered anymore. I've just given up. It's my fourth year of doing it, and I don't care. I realized, like, a year and a bit in that I'm like, I really don't care about this degree. I'm like, I don't really want it all that much. And now I'm in my fourth year. I'm like three and about a third years in, and I just could not care less anymore. So I do no work. I sort of just do nothing until the last minute. I just rush some shit out and be like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Or I just completely ignore my deadlines. So I'm just like, ha, no. I had to do a presentation, and when I tell you that it was thrown together partially about 5 hours before it was due, then I slept, and then like 20 minutes before I was meant to present, that's no exaggeration. Okay, maybe it was a bit more than 5 hours. I think it was like 7 hours before it was due. I was just there sat making this really shitty presentation. And then I woke up from my sleep and I was like, okay, calm. Now, before I can do anything, I just need to keep working on it until it's semi-adequately finished. It wasn't good. It was terrible. It was a mess. Because what it had was me very tired and in a rush writing it, so I just have no idea what I was saying. I was trying to like figure out what I meant from my slides. I was like, what the fuck am I talking about here? It's like, what are the pros and cons of this idea? The pros, it'll be sick. Cons, suck your mum. I don't know why, but the phrase suck your mum is just so fun to say. I've been loving saying it recently, which I don't know why, but you know what? I'm having fun saying it, so you can't stop me. But like, it wasn't good. Another assignment I just completely ignored. It's like, yo, give us 1,000 words on what your aims are, and I'm just like, ha, goals, aspirations. Fuck do you mean? I don't have that bullshit, so I just didn't do it. And instead, I played F1 and FIFA, and I regret nothing. Might play a bit of Tony Hawk in there as well, and maybe even a bit of Smite if I was feeling a bit cultured that day. And do I have any regrets? I do not. Why would I? It was a brilliant way of spending my time. What's gonna get me further in life? Knowing how to be fucking sick at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater or having a degree? Obviously the answer is having a degree, but no, it's actually Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, because I really can't justify why I'm just throwing my degree away, other than I don't care, I don't want it, I can't be bothered. Which, probably not the best excuses, but it's what I'm going with. You want to stop me from doing that? Then that's your life, but you're not gonna do it. I can do what I want. It's my life. Fuck you. Unnecessary aggression there. Not as unnecessary as my Fall Guys aggression. Man, I just get just so unnecessary when it comes to playing Fall Guys. Everything I say is just so unneeded. I'm just like, ha, dickhead, as soon as I see someone. Like, I'll be doing a team game, I'll just see someone else and be like, fuck you, suck your mum, dickhead. And he's just done nothing, he's just walked past me without bothering me at all. It's like, why am I being so aggressive to this guy? But it's so fun to just randomly insult people on Fall Guys. I don't get it, but it's the most fun. Fucking Among Us has gotten popular over Fall Guys now, which I played once, and I don't regret not playing it twice. I played it for like 2 hours with a group of friends, and don't know if I'll ever play it again, honestly. I did not enjoy it that much. It's not that good. Among Us is a mediocre level of fun for a game. Like, it's alright, but it's not great. Also, if you're the crewmate and you get killed first, it's shit because you just do 8 minutes of fuck all, just sitting there doing shit all. And yeah, like I could just scroll through my phone for 8 minutes, but when I'm doing that like 6 times over the course of 2 hours, I'm just looking at the same tweets over and over. I'm just reading my old tweets back and be like, man, I am fucking amazing at tweeting. My Twitter is the sole greatest Twitter on the website. That's not a fact that you should check because it may or may not be true. I don't know. But then again, I tweeted Magneto could do the ultimate why hitting yourself if he fought Colossus. And honestly, if you don't want to follow someone that tweets that golden sentence, then you have issues, man. Oh, and my my tweet that like literally seconds after I tweeted it, I was like, I regret this. I said, penis. Don't you mean cum straw? Which was genuinely I can't believe I tweeted that, but I regret nothing. Tweeting about how Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be shit compared to Garfield Kart Furious Racing. Yes, Garfield Kart got a sequel. Yes, it was called Furious Racing. No, I haven't played it, but I will at some point in my life. But listen, just follow me on Twitter, basically, because my tweets are phenomenal. I need to stop looking at my own tweets because I'll get distracted and stop talking, and we don't want me to stop talking because that would be bad. Lockdown's given me a lot of time to watch stuff. I've been watching a lot of films, watching some shows as well. I finally got around to watching A Star Is Born, the 2018 one with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. That was good. I enjoyed that film. Rewatched Top Gun again because you can never watch Top Gun too many times. I feel like it's one of those films, Top Gun, you can just watch over and over and over and it's still enjoyable. It's just a great film. Watch Goat Story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Goat Story. It's this weird, I believe Czech. Yeah, I think it's an animation from the Czech Republic, and I don't like it. It scares me. I have nightmares about it. There's a sequel that I haven't watched, and I don't think I can watch it. I don't think my heart can process that level of anything. My review of it was a one half star review. It's just a half star review, the lowest you can give on Letterboxd, and it's, I watched this for free. It cost too much, and I stand by that. What the fuck? Fishy fishy fish. Oop, fish in the mouth. It does have some iconic lines, to be fair. I will give it credit. It has some phenomenal lines. I think my favourite is oop, fish in the mouth, which is just stunning. Just a spectacular sentence. But, also, what the fuck? I can't really describe it. You just have to watch it. But it is weird. It's a children's film as well, and there is a weirdly large amount of cleavage for a children's film. Like worryingly large amounts. Like, what's going on in the Czech Republic that need this much cleavage in a children's film? Like, absolute gazoinga hoingas of titties. That is the best adjective possible. I don't even know if it's an adjective, but it is now. I'm making it one. I don't even know if adjective is the right word for a descriptive term, but it is now because I've made it that way. But yeah, no, I watched that. I'm watching a bunch of stand-up as well. I watched a Kevin Hart stand-up, and man, people actually paid to watch him. People actually paid their own money to go to that show and to watch it. Like, I watched it on Netflix. I don't pay for the Netflix that I use, so I watched it for free, and I still felt like I was being ripped off. It was not funny. He laughed harder at his own jokes than the audience combined. Like, every member of the audience combined didn't laugh as much at Kevin Hart's jokes as Kevin Hart himself. How do you manage to laugh at your own jokes more than the entire audience and still like, yeah, nah, Netflix, put that out. That shit fire. His jokes are basically child abuse, sex, now laugh. And I think that was my 4-word review of it. It's 5 words, not 4 words, but you know what I mean. I thought my review was child abuse, sex, laugh, but I put child abuse, sex, now laugh, which makes it a 5th word instead of 4. But you get what I mean. It was not very funny. It's just, I hit my children. I have sex. No, you guys know sex? Haha, I sure do. You guys hit your kids? No, I do. Okay, great. Thanks, Kevin Hart. What the fuck? And I watched Ken Jeong stand up. He was telling stories about all the stuff he's done, and he didn't tell stories about Community, which is the show I'm currently watching. I'm loving Community. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Community. You should. It's great. Yeah, I'm like most of the way through season 3 of Community now, and it's great fun. I'm planning on, once I finish recording this, making some food and watching an episode, although it is 3:30 in the morning as I'm speaking. 3:23, but we move. That's not what matters. But yeah, no, I'm planning on watching that when I finish recording this, which probably won't be too much longer because I don't have many more topics written down on my Google Doc, and also we're getting towards the sort of time I want to be, because I think like my other 2 episodes are like a bit over an hour, which was a long time to be talking. Already I know that I need to rehydrate myself after this, but I'll keep going through, so I'm probably going to try and get these sort of like 45-55 minutes, somewhere within that range, rather than an hour, or like an hour and 5, hour and 10, because it's a lot of speaking to do. I don't know if I can speak for that long anymore. I know I could before. I can still waffle like an absolute god, but I don't know if I can interestingly waffle like that. I don't know if I was interestingly waffling in the previous episodes. I was just hoping that I was. But, you know, I try and make this interesting. I try and make this as if we're just having a one-way conversation. You know, it's not me talking at you, it's me sort of trying to engage you, but also not being able to because this is a pre-recorded podcast. If you want to, like, make comments on what I'm saying while it's going, hey, feel free, man. That's cool. I won't know what you said unless you comment it. Drop a comment, smash that like button. Well, that works for both the SoundCloud and YouTube listeners. I can say drop a comment and smash that like button because they both have that. The one thing I can't say is I have to say subscribe for YouTube and follow for SoundCloud, which is a bit different, but do both of them, honestly. Whichever you're listening on, either follow or subscribe, depending whether you're SoundCloud or YouTube, and go to the other one and do whatever it is, respectively. So you'll be both following and subscribed. Because subscribed, you get to see a whole bunch more. Following, you get the premium audio files for this. I use the exact same audio file. I'm not gonna pretend I'm using a WAV for SoundCloud and an MP3 for YouTube. I use the same for both. Often an MP3 because it's easy. It's just easier. I do like a WAV though. Just thinking of, I don't know if any of you have ever listened to the Bob Mortimer podcast, Atletico Mints, where they're just really obsessed with WAVs. It has to be a WAV that they're getting through from the football managers. It's a football-based podcast, apparently. It's basically just doing skits loosely themed around football for 45 minutes and songs, and it's bloody brilliant. I especially like the Raheem Sterling Joe Gomez fight, one with Firmino and his chicken leg chicken wing. It's just phenomenal. bloody brilliant. Bob Mortimer's hilarious. I don't know how many of my listeners slash viewers are UK based, but there's a BBC program which is Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse just going fishing, and I thought it's just two guys going fishing. I'm not gonna find it entertaining. I love it. It's brilliant. It's such quality TV that it's literally just two men fishing, but it's some of the best content you will see on TV. It's absolutely great. It's just because Bob Mortimer has always got something funny to say. I swear that man never runs out of hilarious stories from his youth. Like, I think if you were to get every funny story from Bob Mortimer's youth, if you were to just sit there, no breaks, tell you one after another, you'd be there for weeks. Just straight weeks, just constantly telling hilarious stories from his youth, and it would be the greatest time any human being could have. I would love it. So, Bob Mortimer, I know you listen, because obviously he's a fan, because why would he not be? It's not like he's got better things to do, like film a BBC program where he's fishing, or something like that. No. Hit me up, man. I want to hear all your funny childhood stories. Because, yeah, avid listener. I'm on good terms with Bob. I am absolutely chatting bollocks here. If I can imagine if he was just commented on this, like, yeah, mate, come on, I'll tell you my stories. How mad would that be? What more do I have to speak about? I'm sure I have other things to speak about. Been watching University Challenge as well. I feel really smart when I write a question right on University Challenge. Get one right, I'm like, I am the pinnacle of intelligence. And I get one wrong, and I'm just like, well, to be fair, this is way above my intelligence level. So it's really I either am excusing myself for not getting a question right because no, listen, I can't get it right. I'm not as smart as these like smart university people and that. And then when I get one right, I'm just like, I am the smartest human being that has ever graced this earth. Einstein, suck my balls. Not quite that intense. Big up mans like Einstein. Bet he was a right baller back in his day. What am I saying? But yeah, no, I've been watching that. Watching the hit list as well. That's quite fun because it's a music quiz, but on TV. Ooh, how fancy! And it is very fun. It's just yelling answers at your TV. Which, who doesn't love one of those shows where you yell the answers at your TV and then someone gets it wrong, you're like, you fucking moron. That's great. Calling the people who have actually gone on TV stupid for getting questions wrong, even though they're not. They probably know more than I do, but it's fun to call people stupid, because it just is, you know? What else has been going on in my life for the past, like, year and a bit? How long, when was the previous episode of this uploaded? Yep, there it is. It was March 23rd of March 2019. So that's a long time, man. That's a whole ass long time since it's been uploaded. But hey, you know, we're back. I don't know how often I'm gonna be doing these, but I'll keep doing them if people keep listening. Basically, if people want it, I'll provide because I enjoy doing it. I have fun. If you guys have fun, sweet. Then we'll keep going. Don't know how often. I don't think it's gonna be like they're gonna be able to do it as like a weekly thing, which I know a lot of podcasts do. That they're weekly. Some people do it daily. I don't have enough to talk about to do it daily. But weekly, I don't know if I could do, but like every 2 weeks, every month maybe, depending on. I'm gonna see the response to this episode, and then we'll go from there on how often I do this, because I do have to sit here and talk to myself for best part of, if not more than, an hour, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of strange just chatting to myself for this long, just full on like saying words. Like, you can think these things in your own head for hours on end and it's normal, but you actually have to say stuff out loud and it starts feeling kind of weird. Enjoyable though. I will not say that it's not an enjoyable experience, but it's just strange. It's kind of it's not something that's natural because it isn't a natural thing to do. Is to sit down and, have fully fleshed conversations with yourself. But hey, that's showbiz, baby. Um, what I meant by that, I don't actually know. Let's see. Let's see. Have I gone through everything? I was talking about community that I just sort of passed by that as a quick subject. So that's been like a big part of what I'm doing. I've been getting through it stupidly quick. Like I got through seasons 1 and 2 within like I think 2 or 3 weeks, which when you think I spend a lot of time listening to music, a lot of time watching YouTube videos, a lot of time playing games, to then also have that on top of it, that's a lot of watching in my life. Also watching films as well because I'm more into watching films than I am into watching series. I just sort of like to have that one standalone experience. I watch something, I watch it the whole way through, and then that's it. And it's like 2 3 hours, and then I've watched it. I've got the whole story instead of sitting through like a whole long series where it's like 8 episodes that are an hour long each. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think those could be great, and I think there's some fantastic series that I've watched. Like I watched Breaking Bad a while ago, a few years ago. That's amazing. Breaking Bad's brilliant. It's like some of the best TV I've ever seen. But is it the sort of thing I think now I would go back and rewatch something or watch something else that's that long? Probably not. It took me a long time to get through Breaking Bad because it's just the series format is not the format for me. That being said, I really want to watch Queen's Gambit. But that again, series. But I feel like that looks like it'd be something that I would enjoy, even though it's a series, and I'm not a series watcher unless it's like short episodes, like something like Community, where the episodes are 20 minutes. It just works perfectly for me because like this 20-minute thing, and I'm done. I feel like I know like I will watch like 6 episodes of Community in a row, and be like sick. But I see something that's like a 40-minute show, and I'm like, I don't know, a 40-minute episode, that's too much watching for me. When I've just been like, I've just watched 3 times that, but in half-size chunks, and I'm like, yeah, sound. Um, Started watching Voltron again. Voltron Legendary Defender. I watched the first season and then didn't watch the second season for ages because I just got distracted. And I've started the second season now, and I'm loving it. It's great. I forgot how good it is. I forgot why I ever dropped it because it's so fun. Love Voltron. Great show. If you've not watched it, I highly recommend it. I've only watched like one season, the first couple episodes of season 2, but it's great, man. It's a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I mean, there was a couple topics I didn't get through on my list, but they're not that interesting. And if I want to talk about them, I can just talk about them in another episode. So I think we're over 53 minutes in. So I think that's where we're going to end it for this episode. For the return, thank you so much for listening. If you listened to all 53 minutes, that's amazing. Thank you. That is so cool of you. You're the best, man. If you listen to this the whole way through, if you just listen to a bit and then skip through to the end, I mean, don't know why you'd do that. Maybe so it looks like you've watched the whole thing, so you give me the view, and it seems like I've had more listening time. Which thank you. If you don't have like the time or anything to listen to the whole thing, but you still want to support me, I appreciate it nonetheless. Like any support is appreciated. Both on SoundCloud and on YouTube. Just any kind of support you can give me is thoroughly appreciated because I'm a very small creator. I don't pull in the views, but when I do get those bits of support, it does mean a lot to me. So yeah, all the support is really really appreciated. So as I say, I always you heard me joking at the start where I was like, play it on both SoundCloud and YouTube in sync, share it with all your friends. But seriously, like, if you do enjoy it and you think you know someone that will enjoy this, and for the YouTube stuff, enjoy my content, then please do recommend it to them. I know I know seems like I'm like begging. You obviously don't have to. If you don't want to, if you think, you know what, I don't know anyone that would want to watch this, or I don't want to disturb anyone going about their day to link them to this, you don't have to, by no means. But I'm just saying that if you do choose to do something like that, it is always going to be really, really appreciated, and it just helps me out a lot. But anyway, enough waffling and trying to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, smash that bell, click the join. I don't have the join button. I'm just listing off all the things I hear YouTubers doing. I don't have a sponsor. Does anyone want to sponsor me? Do you think NordVPN will sponsor me? You know, Raid Shadow Legends, come in and give me a sponsor. Sponsor this podcast, Raid Shadow Legends. Can you fucking imagine if this podcast got big enough that I got a sponsor? That'd be unreal. Let's do it. Let's just do it for the hell of it. Get this podcast really big so I get a sponsor. How funny would that be? Okay, I'm going to stop. Anyway, thank you for listening / watching. And yeah, I hope to see you again when the next episode of this comes out, or for those that want to view my YouTube content, whenever my next video comes out. Catch you later. Peace out, guys.